morning, students. I hope you got everything based on the concept of this chapter, Nelson Mandela. Today I am going to give you some meanings and the notes of Nelson Mandela chapter. Shall we start first from the first meaning? Apartheid. Apartheid, which is generally used in this chapter. Apartheid means racial segregation. Dignitaries means great or famous personalities. Oppression means torture. Jubilant means joyful, Jubilant. Dawn means came out. Besieged means surrounded. Installation means placement. Non-racial means raceless. Emancipation means liberty or liberation. Bondage means slavery. Deprivation means when you are not having all those benefits which you need. Okay. Discrimination means a state of being treated differently based on religion, caste and creed. Spectacular array means attractive display. Troop carriers means vehicles carrying soldiers. Pinpoint precision means PINPOINT. Okay, precision PRECISION means perfect order. Demonstration means show. Despised means hated. Profound means deep and strong. Unintended means not thought of. Generosity means kindness. Grimaced means saddest. SADDEST. Curtailed means reduced. REDUCED. Law abiding attorney. ATTORNEY. Law abiding attorney means lawyer who obeys rules. Law. Virtuous means full of virtues. Full of qualities, full of virtues. Oppressor and oppressed, these two words. Okay. Oppressor means oppressor and oppressed. Okay. Oppressor means one who gives torture. Oppressed means one who bears torture. Okay. All these meanings which are very important in this chapter, you need to note down. Now the students, these are the questions. First question, where did the ceremony take place? Can you name any public buildings in India that are made of sandstone? Okay. This is the second thing, but the first and foremost thing which is explained in the chapter, where did the ceremony take place, means which type of ceremony? The oath ceremony of Nelson Mandela becoming South Africa first black president. That ceremony we are talking about, means the ceremony took place in the Union Building at Pretoria. You can note down in your notebook. And the other question, can you name any public buildings in India that are made of sandstone? Means you can write down, mention Red Fort, Rashtrapati Bhavan. Okay, you can note down these buildings that are made of sandstone. Next question, can you say how 10th May is an autumn day in South Africa? Definitely an autumn day was celebrated after becoming the president Nelson Mandela. Can you say how? Means how. This question is how 10th May is an autumn day in South Africa, because that president took oath for the liberty of the blacks who were suffering pain, discrimination, poverty, deprivation by the whites. That president was there to save all these segments of the life, and he was there for the safety of the blacks against the whites. Question number 3. Mandela mentions, important question, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster. What does he mean by this? Can you guess why Mandela mentioned an extraordinary human disaster? Why? What is the reason behind that? The reason, only in short, if I say sufferings of the blacks by the whites. An extraordinary human disaster mean to say by Nelson Mandela is the blacks who were suffering all these problems and obstacles by the whites. But students, an extraordinary human disaster means towards racial segregation. You can say apartheid word, you can mention here, racial segregation, which was under the control of the whites, and it was racial policy, political policy and legal policy, you can say. Okay, that's why Mandela explained it an extraordinary human disaster. What is the glorious human achievement? It's very simple. The oath ceremony was celebrated as not only as Autumn Day but also as human achievement. Why Mandela says like this? Because now president is there for the safety of the whites. You can explain in your own words after my explanation. I have given many hints of this. Now next. Question is, how did Mandela explain courage in this chapter? Okay, Nelson Mandela. How did Mandela explain courage in this chapter? Nelson Mandela explained courage in this chapter, not only the lack of fear, not only the absence of fear, but also victory over fear. This complete mentioning of the courage explained by Nelson Mandela here. Next question. Why did Nelson Mandela want to take the real meaning of freedom? Okay, why? When Nelson Mandela was in his childhood, he only enjoyed the meaning of freedom. He only wanted to go and run in the fields and walk in the field freely without any obstacle. Okay, like a tomboy. Okay, my next question. Right, real meaning of freedom. Nelson Mandela explained that after becoming the president of South Africa, he knew all the sufferings of blacks. Then he realized the real meaning of freedom. Students, now I am only speaking the keynotes, okay, not all the explanations, because I have already discussed about these questions answers, okay. And now I am dictating only keynotes. You can explain in your own words. Question number 7. What does he mean towards What does he mean towards twin? Twin obligations. Twin means two, double. Okay. Nelson Mandela's views towards twin obligations. First towards the family, towards children, towards mother, father, kinship, and second obligations towards his country. These two type of obligations noted by Nelson Mandela in an autobiography. Question number 8. Why did Nelson Mandela want to take oath not being frightened? Because he was not frightened, he was not afraid of the wilds, because he definitely determined all these things in his mind, that only I am there to save my countrymen. These are last 3 questions. Does Mandela think the oppressor is free? Why or why not? Okay, oppressor means a person, one who gives torture, pain to others, right? According to Mandela's views, neither the oppressor nor the oppressed is free. Why? Because both are robbed to their humanity. Next, which does he think is natural, to love or to hate? According to Nelson Mandela, nobody is born to hate by the others, and nobody is born to hate towards others, right? If hate can be learned according to caste, creed and religion, then why love can't be taught? Next, does he contrast freedom with the basic and honorable freedom? This is very interesting and important question. Pay attention towards this question. Does he contrast freedom? Listen, as a student, as a boy in childhood, Nelson Mandela was very free. Okay, he wanted to walk, he wanted to enjoy his freedom by himself. Okay, he didn't want to take anybody's foundation or force on himself. His life was very blissful, joyful. But as soon as time passed, Nelson Mandela grew older and he realized the real meaning of freedom. He didn't want to take the earlier meanings of freedom. As the time passed, you know better, the antiques of childhood become very strange and wasteful towards those adults who always notice the activities of the children who were doing blissful activities and wasteful activities. They think that the activities what they are doing, they are not according to us. That's why the freedom of children become transitory. Okay, how the basic and honorable freedom is contrasted with this? At last, finally, when a person gets married, he wants to take the responsibilities of his family, he wants to take the responsibility of his wife and other members of the family. That's why these two things have been contrasted here according to Mandela. Okay students, I think you all got the concept clarity. Okay, the questions what are being discussed today, you can note down in your notebook according to yourself. Okay, you don't have to cram each and everything in your own language. You can write down according to the text concept. Okay, thank you.